Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to see the stanza-wise explanation of chapter 4 after Bellingham. Before going to the stanza-wise explanation, we will see main points of the poem. Peterkin, a boy, brought home a human skull. His grandfather, old Casper, told him that it must be the skull of someone or soldier who killed in the Battle of Bellingham. He further remarks that he also dug out many such skulls while plugging. During the time of his father, the Battle of Bellingham was fought. Thousands of people were killed, but it was a great victory of the English. Wilhelmine, Peterkin's sister, comments that it was a weak thing. Peterkin wanted to know what could come out of the war. Caspar only remarked that he knew only that it was a great victory. He had no answer to the children's puzzling questions. In the first stanza, we will see that the poem at once making the setting of the story clear. It was a summer evening. An old man, Caspar, having finished his day's work, was sitting before his cottage door. His little granddaughter, Wilhelmine, was playing near him on the grass. The situation described here is commonplace, familiar. Nothing is spectacular. In the first stanza, we will see that where this story all starts in. It is happening in a summer evening and in front of a cottage door. These all places are familiar for us and it is a common place too. In the second stanza, the little girl Wilhelmine saw her brother Peterkin rolling something that was large and round. Peterkin had discovered the thing by the side of a revolt while he was playing there. He came back home to know what that thing was. In the third stanza, we will see that the old man Caspar took it from Peterkin, who stood expectantly for the answer. He was expectantly standing there to get the answer about what it was. He found out a huge round thing. He don't know what it is. He came to his grandfather to ask what it is. So he stood there expectantly for the answer of what this thing is. He looked at it, shook his head in sorrow, and sighed. He said that it was somebody's skull. Here the person is our grandfather. Old Peterkin looked at it, shook his head in sorrow, and sighed. He said that the old Caspar said that it was somebody's skull. The person must have died in the battle fought at Bellingham. He called the battle a great victory. Being a Bavarian who sided with the English, he was proud of the victory won by the English. In the fourth stanza, we will see that the old man added that he found a number of skulls in the ground because there was many skulls scattered there around. When he went to plug in his field, many skulls were dug out of the earth. It was so because thousands of men were killed in the Battle of Bellingham. He again referred to the battle as a great victory, as it was something natural and to be proud of. Caspar also found out a lot of old skulls like our Peterkin. He was explaining that experience with his grandchildren. In the fifth stanza, the young Peterkin got anxious to know all about the incident. Wilhelmine too looked up with keen eyes. Her keen eyes shows that she also is anxious to know all about that war. They both want to know all about the war and what they fought each other for. So in the fifth stanza, we will see that Peterkin and his sister is asking to our old Caspar about what was the reason and for what they fought for. When we come to the sixth stanza, we will see that Caspar said that it was the English who completely defeated the French, but he was not sure as to what they fought for. He only repeated that the people generally said that it was a famous victory. It is clear that the response of the old man was only conventional and not his own. Some people talked, he heard that. That is the only knowledge old Caspar knew about the battle between English and French. When we come to the seventh stanza, we can see that the old man Caspar continued to speak about the war. Pointing to the nearby stream, he said that his father used to live there at Bellingham. His house was brought down, and he was forced to run away with his wife and children. He had no place to take shelter. So, in the seventh stanza, it is explaining the after effect of a war on common people. The people without politics, the people without the intention of a war. Actually, the war is affecting more on these common people, the innocent ones. So, stanza 7 describe about the after effect of war on common people. When we come to the 8th stanza, we can see that the whole country, the old man said, was ruined far and wide with fire and sword. Many expectant mothers and newborn children died. Ironically, the old man added that such things must happen to win a great war. This stanza is describing about the sacrifices of the common people. The expected mothers and newborn children are died because of this war. It is talking about the after effect of war on that country. The old man said that the whole country was ruined. There was destruction everywhere. So stanza 8 discusses about the after effect of war in a country and how it is affecting the innocent people, or how it takes the life of innocent people. When we come to the 9th stanza, we can see that people said that it was a ghastly sight after the battle was born. Thousands of dead bodies lay there rotten in the sun. The old man again remarked that such things must happen in the war at every famous victory. So these all stanzas explained about the pain of war. When we come to the stanza 10, we can see that old Caspar then showered praises on the Duke of Marlborough and good Prince Eugene, who won the war for the English. Little Wilhelmine's shocking response was instinctive. She remarked in disgust that the war was the most wicked thing. She could not tolerate the old man's praise of the war. Her grandfather, Caspar, weakly asserted that she was wrong, and it was indeed a famous victory. It is here in this stanza that the poet brings out a confrontation between the conventional and instructive response to war. The old man's defense of a war is conventional and unacceptable, whereas the child's innocent condemnation of war is a natural and instinctive response and bring about the reality of the wicked thing called a famous victory by the old man. So, dear students, read the poem and find out the answers for your workbook exercises. Thank you.